Hello and welcome to the Netflix and Chill podcast, the podcast where two unqualified young men attempt to critique a randomly chosen film on Netflix. In an attempt to make this as simple as possible, we have devised a profoundly complex process of semi-randomising the results. Each week we'll draw out a rating and genre from a hat, then each man will select 2 films from a database that meet the criteria. These 4 films then go into a hat again, and we randomly select one to watch that week. And then chill. Sorry. off to a great start. 2011, labelled as a sci-fi, but definitely isn't a sci-fi. Really.
Yeah.
But if you want to hear our thoughts on that, go back and have a listen. So we also picked out It Happened One Night.
1934 film.
Hi, romantic.
That was what we pulled out, wasn't it? The genre, romantic.
Yeah, romantic and 4 stars.
Definitely an accurate genre for the
definitely
Unlike Limitless.
Yeah. So a bit of a different one, really. Usually we've got quite modern films.
Yeah.
Now we've gone for quite an old one.
Mm.
So give a bit of background on it, I guess.
Yeah, if you want.
Well, it's Clark Gable.
The Great
Clark Gable. And I don't know who the woman is.
Claudette Colbert or Colbert. Don't know you. Or Colbert.
Yeah.
Depending on who you want.
So I think at that time it was a pretty big film because they're pretty big names. So Clark Gable is quite a big name.
It was a Columbia film, and Columbia at the time were the big Hollywood studio. At least from what I remember. It was, as well, I don't know how much research you did, but this was done by Frank Capra, whose name I recognised when I watched this, and I must have seen a programme about him. But he was the guy, he worked for Columbia, and after the war, he sort of did his own thing, and his production company only produced one film, I think it was, and that was It's a Wonderful Life.
Really?
Yeah.
Not a bad track record.
There's some sort of, I may have got that a bit fuzzy, but there's some sort of...
Yeah.
Frank Capra is one of those, like, legends of Hollywood cinema.
Alright.
I think.
Not a bad track record.
So yeah, just thought I'd note that down.
Yeah, so should we, I guess, start a bit of background on the story? I'll just start discussing it, I guess.
Yeah,
so,
you take that if you want.
So it starts off with Ellie, the main... Well, Ellen, which everyone calls her Ellie, the main woman protagonist or whatever. She's locked in a boat locked in a cabin. Well, she's locked herself in the cabin. It's kind of a bit...
Yeah, she's been sort of confined to a boat, but she's locked herself inside a cabin on the boat in protest.
Yeah, by her dad. And so she's locked in there. They're kind of obviously got a big tense relationship. First 2 to 4 minutes, she gets slapped by her dad. I mean, it's the 1930s.
Yeah, classic domestic abuse.
What else you want?
I just thought.
Yeah, but how about a classic 1930s slap in the first 2 minutes? And so that just, does it cut to Peter first, or does she escape on the boat?
Yeah, she jumps off the boat to escape to New York to
find her love.
Yeah, well, she's already found him, but she's getting back to him, and she's already married to King Wesley.
Yeah,
who is some sort of aviator.
Yeah.
But I don't even know what her father's name is.
No.
But Ellen's father doesn't like Wesley.
Yeah, so that's where the whole thing's coming from. Like, there's basically
he's trying to get the marriage annulled and sort of meddling.
So then we cut to Peter, who is Mr. Clark Gable. Starts off with a bang. So I mean, he's on the phone, like, drunk. With a crowd of people. Then, when I first saw him, I was like, is that how he's going to speak throughout the whole thing, or is he, like, drunk?
Yeah.
And you can tell straight away he was, like, the comedic character. I thought it was quite a good character. I liked him.
This is classic Clark Gable, really, in a classic Hollywood cinema role of suave, smart ass.
Yeah, smart ass. Lovable loser / rogue.
Yeah,
he's always winning. But he's kind of a loser overall, but he's always having these little wins, kind of.
Yeah.
constantly throughout it. But I like the bit where after he gets fired, doesn't he, from the newspaper he works at?
Yeah.
And then he's like, but then he like says, "Oh yeah," like pretends that he's like some sort of negotiator, and then he says like, "Make way for the king," and they all like carry him off. I got that. Like,
yeah, it's quite a forward-thinking bit of comedy that. Usually in these sort of 1930s Hollywood films, it's conversational comedy with two people in a room, and the comedy is what they say to each other. But there's a good little bit of editing cut where he puts the phone down but carries on. You know what I mean? That's sort of modern. You see that now.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think... obviously, you could tell it was 1930s, but it wasn't as aged and, like, out of date as it could have been. I mean, there's a lot of comedies from, like, the 50s that just, like, don't look good in nowadays, I think. I think it aged quite well.
Yeah.
And then this is the point where Ellen and Peter meet each other on the bus.
A greyhound.
You
know that?
When you said it, I was like, yeah, I had read that, but...
Atlantic Greyhound, which is a well-known thing, but gets many pop culture references.
Yeah.
Like in America, Simon Garfunkel boarded a Greyhound to Pittsburgh.
There you go.
Yep. He's a poet. He's on it. He's on
today.
He's on. Yeah, Greyhound. I don't know if they have them over here.
I've never seen one.
I think I've probably seen one, but they're not
not common.
Yeah, it's not.
They're not John Stones.
Yeah, so basically, Ellen and Peter both get on the same coach.
Yeah, from New York.
I think it's from Miami.
Yeah, it is. Cause,
it's not really established at the beginning where Ellen is.
Yeah.
She's just on a boat, and I don't think we actually get any reference to where she is in the world. Obviously, America. But
no. Just know she's going to New York, and that's...
Yeah, they're both trying to get to New York. Ellen to find her husband, who she is married to him. Didn't seem it. But why is Peter going to New York? He got fired from his job in New York.
Yeah, it's like he's going back to try and get his job back. But I don't really know.
There isn't really a motivation for him to get on the coach.
No, he's just kind of going.
Yeah.
But I mean, you kind of get the vibe that he's been fired, but he's like he's gonna worm his way back in. Like he's this.
Yeah.
He'll just get it back.
Yeah, it's like can't live with him, can't live without him.
Yeah.
Employee boss relationship.
Yeah.
Where he's good at his job, but he's a rogue. He's a maverick.
He is.
He's going his own way.
Madman. I mean, so this is where obviously they meet each other, and then at the first, Ellen is the classic like stiff woman who's like, well, she's obviously wealthy, so she's kind of like bit putting her nose up at Peter, who's just like easygoing, witty guy. However, I think that she's quite witty as well on the bus. She's like, she can give it as good as he can in a lot of situations.
You got any examples of that?
I'm not getting any. But like, there's bits later on where she's being talked to by that guy who Peter later says that, oh, I'm the husband while he's talking to my wife and stuff.
Oh, Shapley.
Yeah. And I think she's quite a few moments where she's giving it back.
With Shapley, yeah, but I didn't think initially. I thought initially she was...
That's what, initially.
She's like scared of the world because she doesn't...
Yeah, I think she has moments.
She's used to this lifestyle. I mean, later on, but at the beginning as well, I don't know what you thought about this, but there's Ellen, they go for a stop, Ellen's bag is stolen.
Yeah.
And then they get on the bus, and she sits next to some random guy. Peter has a spare seat next to him.
Yeah.
Ellen, not enjoying being slept on by this guy.
Yeah.
Gets up and goes to sit back next to Peter.
Yeah.
And he puts his hand out.
Does he?
Yeah,
I noticed that.
He puts his hand out. And I'm not... What's the motivation for that? Is it...
I didn't even notice that.
Is he trying to... What's his game there? So either he puts it out there, hoping she sits on it, or he puts it out there, hoping that... And she has to pick up his arm, and then he can do the whole fake waking up, like,
all right,
oh, groggy, oh,
yeah,
I've moved, what's going on, that sort of thing. I just
I
thought
didn't
that's a weird, one of those 1930s weird bits. So what do you think of Shape with a character? We get introduced to him on this coach ride.
I thought, what did I think about him? I thought he had like some funny moments-ish. I guess he was like, that's when I thought Ellen was quite witty with him, because she made him look like this bumbling, drooling man.
Oh yeah, he does. In fact, yeah, you're right there. He acknowledges it, doesn't he? He says, "Oh, it's 1-0 to you." Oh,
yeah. But
I can't remember exactly what she says though. But.
Yeah. What did you think of him?
Yeah, I thought he was all right. I think we'll come to his character a bit later, but he's like classic lad.
Yeah,
like he's
just like his pickup one.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And he's not ashamed of it.
Yeah, he's straight out with it.
And one that I thought was quite funny. Peter says, "I'm the fellow you slept on last night."
Oh yeah.
When they're trying to reacquaint. I thought that was quite funny.
Yeah. So at that point, Ellen, they got half an hour to get breakfast. Ellen says, "Wait for me. I'll be longer than half an hour," to the driver. And then she comes back, the bus driver's gone, but Peter has waited behind and waited for Ellen.
Yeah.
Which is a bit weird after just a bus ride. Obviously, at that point, he feels like straight away that he's got to look after her. Like, he's more like paternal almost at that point.
Yeah. I agree with that, but I can't remember at what point he realises that there is this reward out for Ellen.
Oh, yeah.
Because he realises before all the other people on the bus.
Yeah.
But I can't remember the point at which...
I think he says... He tells her when he's waiting for her. Oh, so maybe that's why he's waiting for her. He tells her that he knows when they've missed the bus together. He just says a name. And she's like, "How do you know?"
Oh, yeah, he says it won't work.
Yeah.
He says it won't work, yeah. Because there is a subplot here of Ellen's father offering money, $10,000 for anybody that gives information about where she is.
And then, but Peter isn't using that. He wants to write a story and get his job back instead.
Yeah.
Which, I guess, more admirable than like just nicking her in straight away. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, then they get the next bus, and I guess they can't. Is that when they sleep in the same room? Yeah, they end up staying over in. I think they say it's like an auto camp or something. Something like that, yeah. Walls of Jericho. Yeah, I thought it was quite funny. Yeah, she says, "You have an absolutely colossal ego," and Peter says, "What does he say?" He says something about like, "Yes, and I'm fine. How are you?" They're sparring back and forth. Yeah, and Peter gets like undressed in front of her. Yeah, that's a good game. Little fact here is that after that scene, after that film, the sale of undershirts, because he's not wearing an undershirt, went down like a lot, because everyone used to wear undershirts under the shirt, like a vest. Yeah, and he's not wearing one, and that went down. Boosh. You've out-researched me there, I'll have to admit. But I thought, when I was watching it, because she kind of, you don't see much of her because they turn the light off, but she gets like a bit undressed. I thought like about 1930s teenagers were like... yeah, she definitely gets a lot darker lighting. Yeah. He does in that scene. As well, I immediately cottoned on to the Walls of Jericho imagery theme. Yeah. I mean, that's, at first I thought that's the difference between their characters. The wall, them being separate. And it comes into play a bit later. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good... And another thing there Peter says is he says that no man gets undressed the same way. Yeah,
which made
that
me
was-
reflect on my own technique. And I have to say, I don't use the same one.
Yeah, I thought that
Peters.
was funny. That there was a lot of good scenes in that one.
Yeah.
And then also after that, there's the shower scene where Ellen goes to shower and she like walks in on that woman,
Yeah.
and that's the point where some girl puts her tongue out at her in the queue after she's done it, and she puts it out back, and then she smiles as if to say, "I'm enjoying this.
This is a fun little adventure.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the commoners. I'm out with the low lives."
Yeah.
And then one of my favourite scenes was next when they have breakfast, and it's the dunking.
Yeah, the dunking technique.
Yeah. And he was like, I thought that was dead funny. There's a lot of ones like that where they focus on one small thing, and Clark Gable is the expert on it,
Yeah.
Peter is the expert, giving like an in-depth thing on like such a little thing, and it's like a comedic.
Yeah, I think
run
you'd say he's the one with the lived experience.
Yeah.
Like he says, I know this, I'm gonna do this and whatever.
Mm.
And then, as well, I don't know if you picked up on this. We get it in the cabin scene. Ellen is constantly surprised by where she wakes up.
Yeah.
She wakes up and seemingly must have some sort of amnesia where she cannot remember how she got there or why she's there.
And this is also a bit. I was just like, what's happening here? So, her dad's like got onto the police to look for her, and then the police come in. And their big plan is to have her like slightly comb her hair over her head. And I thought, alright, she'll look down for the whole thing and like that's it. But she just looks straight in the face, and she's like putting some accent on. So have they not seen a picture of her? Like they've done like some reference thing.
Yeah, after that, that's the point where her father says, "Print a picture."
No, right.
I think. Yeah, that was a interesting scene where they're improvising some comedy.
Yeah.
Well, not comedy to us, but
the fake.
Pretend domestic incident or whatever. Yeah, so then it's sort of this on the run from then on, sort of weird.
Yeah.
Scraping by.
Yeah, so is it the hitchhiking scene next?
Yeah, we get they get back on the bus, and then they have to. It's the singing scene, the song about a man on a trapeze.
Oh, jeez.
Where there's obviously in 1930s film you gotta have a bit of a sing along, so we get a nice song or whatever.
God, that was annoying. I really didn't like that.
And then I didn't think it was that bad. And then the bus goes off into. It goes off the road but doesn't crash, like minor incident.
Yeah.
And then we have a scene where Shapley talks to Peter and tells him that he has recognised Ellen from the picture in the newspaper.
He knew all along. Which, I don't know if it's supposed to believe that or not. It's just...
Yeah, so Peter this whole time has been using the guise that Ellen is his wife.
Yeah.
Now that guise cover's been blown. So Peter then makes up a story that he and some other people on the bus are kidnapping Ellen.
Yeah.
And are going to extort money out of her father, $1 million.
Yeah.
And this story is fabricated basically to scare Shapley.
Yeah, he says, "Oh, I'll get the killer," and
yeah, he says that he's got machine guns in his bag,
Yeah.
and all this sort of stuff, and we're going to the border or whatever, and we're gonna have a shootout or something.
Yeah.
So, what did you think of that scene? Because I have some thoughts on it, but
I liked it like from a humour standpoint. I don't know. What's your point?
do you not think it was a bit harsh on Shapley?
I thought it was a bit harsh to get to run off. But
Yeah, like you.
But I
Pete,
guess
I'd say Pete had him on the ropes with the whole like, oh, we're gonna have a shootout with the police. At that point, I think Shapley would have been and started to say, well, hold on,
Yeah.
alright, I don't want to get involved. But then he takes it for me a bit of a step too far, where he says that he asks him about his family and where you're from, and then having that information, then says or threatens that he'll go after his wife and kids.
Yeah, well, I think he's doing it over the top to say like, this guy's just got to go. Like we can't have him have the possibility that he's going to tell someone.
Yeah.
So this guy obviously wants the money. So I guess he's just saying, we just got to get him out of it. It was a bit harsh.
I thought it was a bit harsh.
It was a bit harsh, but
I mean, he's a Shapley. He's a he's a lad. He's got the banter. But I don't think he quite needed that way.
No, he's not a vicious guy, but I think we just like, oh, get him out of it. Another facts that research. Well, looking up the film slightly, there's a lot of rumours that Shapley, Bugs Bunny was based on him because he calls him Doc quite a bit.
Alright.
There you go.
And he never shuts up.
Yeah, exactly.
He's that gibbering.
Although, and then another part, and then after, so I read that before I was watching it, but it's Peter's like eating carrots for like the whole second half of the film. So yeah. I don't know whether like
he turns up with a bunch of carrots. Yeah. So then Shapley runs off, scared, and I'm not entirely certain why, but Ellen and Peter run off. Yeah, for some reason, do they think that either Shapley is going to tell someone they're on this bus, or they think the cover's been blown, let's just get off. But I thought we just got back on. Yeah. I was like, Shapley's gone, let's get back on the bus. And classic scene where Clark Gable, Pete, picks up Ellen to wade through the river, and then does he slap her on the arse? Yeah. He asks her to hold his shoes or something, which he's holding while he's got her over the shoulder. She takes hold of the shoes or whatever it is, and then he uses his free hand to slap her, and then says thanks. Yeah. It's 9:30, simpler time. Yeah. So that's another, the piggyback thing, like Peter doesn't like rich people. Another example of that, privileged people or whatever, like. And he talks about piggybacking, like, oh, your dad didn't know how to piggyback, like stuff like that. It was and Ellen says there that he's prejudiced. Yeah. Which he is. I guess is true. Yeah. Yeah. So then we move on to hitchhiking banter. Classic scene. Where they're now on the run, no car, no money. Yeah. And they end up staying in a field. And then the next day they're walking up the road trying to hitchhike, and Peter goes on this great tangent about hitchhiking and the way to do it. Yeah, how you don't wave, you show your thumb, but you smile, and there's different techniques. Yeah, he's got these numbers of moves that he's gonna pull to. Yeah. And he thinks that it's foolproof and that his technique is flawless and it works every time. A car comes, completely ignores him, and then another car comes, tries a different technique, still no luck, and then a whole train of cars come, and he's throwing all the shapes, all the techniques out, and then he feels dejected and and down, and then Ellen goes to the side of the road and shows a bit of thigh, and the first guy pulls over. Yeah, he doesn't just pull over, he emergency brakes. I was wondering what that guy thought when he then saw Peter. Was like, oh, fuck's sake. Was he expecting I don't know why Peter from the start didn't just have Ellen stood next to him the whole time, because more chance of 1930s chivalry and all that. You were going to stop for a lady. That's when they go there. Then they pull over and get breakfast, don't they? Yeah. To get a lift for that guy. That's where I lost it a bit, where he steals his car. Does he steal the car? No, so they stop at a diner or something. The guy driving goes in for breakfast. They stay in the car and then get out of the car. And the guy who we think is having breakfast runs out, drives the car away with Peter's suitcase in it and all his money. Oh, right, okay. And then Peter, in an incredible feat of athleticism, chases the car down, presumably beats the guy up, and then steals the car off him and all his possessions. Oh, yeah. That makes more sense. Yeah, that was a bit... I have to say, after that hitchhiking scene, I don't think I made a note for about 35-40 minutes. There's a lot of just...
It's just them.
It's not bad, it's just
them getting to know each other kind of thing. And,
yeah.
So at this point, they're beginning to fall in love, I guess. It's that whole...
Yeah.
Kind of... Well, obviously from the start, they've got affection for each other. And they're kind of becoming closer and closer. Classic kind of thing. Where she hates him at first, and in the end. But what I was thinking, at first, it's in the first scene, it seemed like Ellen was actually in love with Wesley. Or was she doing it just to go against her father, like her dad all along?
Well, I think she was, because I think in the yacht on the first scene, her father says, you only married Wesley because I told you not to.
Yeah, I don't know whether that was supposed to be true or whether he was just saying it kind of thing.
Yeah,
I guess in 1930s there's not much like it's surface level pretty much like.
Yeah, I mean she does say like I'll do anything to get to Wesley or something to that effect.
Because she is going to New York rather than just running away. She is going to him. So I guess like she just kind of forgets about him almost like. But
so then what happens? They get to the point where they're 3 hours away from New York, and they stay in one final cabin, rest motel, whatever. Yeah. And then this is a weird. I don't really know what to think about this whole sequence of events. I don't know what you thought. So that night they have this conversation. The wall of Jericho is up again. They have this conversation about life, and Peter says about this woman that he says he's never been in love, I think. Yeah. But he says that he wants a girl who can go and live on a Pacific island with him. Yeah. Go to a Pacific island and wants to live and have fun and adventure. Yeah. Which really isn't that unique of a dream, to be honest. Like,
I know, it was pretty.
And Ellen is on the other side of the wall, or the curtain, whatever. Yeah. And she realises that is what she wants.
Yeah, I guess. And then she's like, "Oh, Peter, please take me with you." And he's like, "No." He's just he doesn't say no, but I thought he'd be like, "Yeah, well, let's do it." But
this is one of those classic old cinema moments where the guy says like, "No, I don't love you," and then like a minute later, he's completely in love. Like he just.
Are you serious about that? Yeah.
Yeah. So she wanders over to his side. Does she try to kiss him?
I don't think.
Goes over to his side, asks him to take her with him. He says no. She goes to the other side, is crying into a pillow, and then he's lying there awake, and he says, "Did you mean that?" Looks over the curtain, she's asleep, and then goes off in the middle of the night. Yeah,
tries to come back before she's awake.
So he goes back to New York to the newspaper, writes the story of this road trip, whatever. Yeah. Goes to his boss, asks for $1,000 for the story, has to convince his boss that it's real. Yeah. Gets the money. Yeah. And then what happens with Ellen? Ellen is asleep in the...
Yeah, but then she's getting the owners of the motel or whatever.
Yeah, the owners of the motel see Peter leaving, think that he's just gone without paying for the room.
Oh yeah.
Then throw her out of the cabin or the room, whatever. And then she, in a moment of desperation, like she couldn't just hitchhike back to New York, 3 hours. Yeah. Rings her father, tells... Oh, this is off screen.
Yeah.
Rings her father, asks her to come and pick her up.
Yeah.
And then in what I'm presuming is the early morning. This is where it gets really blurred.
Yeah.
Wesley and her father are coming to pick her up. Peter is going... Is he going the opposite? he's not going the opposite direction.
No, he's going the same way. But obviously they've got a police escort.
Yeah, so when he's going to New York, they're coming the other way to pick her up. And then when he's going back to New York, they're going to New York. Yeah, so they going at cross paths twice there.
Mm-hmm.
So Peter intends to propose, and he gets this $1,000 because he says to his boss Joe that he can't propose to a woman without $1 to his name or whatever.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And at this point, I wrote down the hero's return, and then just put tragedy.
That's a pretty good summary. Yeah.
So we get this tragic moment where Ellen is being taken off back to New York, and Peter sees her in the car, and their love is forever lost. Whatever.
Yeah. But so recently, just before that, her dad and Wesley are now working together to find her.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, Wesley's not got his blessing, but it's kind of like, well, let's just find her and you can marry her and whatever. And it's like, so she goes back. She's going to marry Wesley. Well, she's going to have a proper ceremony for marrying Wesley, isn't she?
Yeah.
So she's already married him, but she'll have a proper ceremony. Then her father comes in and is like, she tells her dad about Peter, doesn't she?
Yeah. That's where, for me, it throws into question the whole in love with Wesley.
Yeah.
Like you said before.
Yeah. So she tells about him in quite a comedic way. She says like, oh, she thinks I don't know anything. She thinks you didn't raise me properly. And he says, oh, he sounds like a great guy. And she says, oh yeah, I love him. Oh,
yeah.
And but then she tells him Peter's name, and her dad's like, oh, I know that name. Just got a letter saying I want to sort some financial stuff out regarding your daughter from Peter to her dad. Ellen then thinks that he just wants like the $10,000.
Yeah, she reverts here to throughout the whole film. Peter calls Ellen brat.
Yeah.
And says that she's spoiled. And I think she reverts here back to that spoiled state where she's like,
not getting my way.
Yeah, like everything's all about me and caviar and wine and whatever.
Yeah. And so what happens at that point?
So Peter turns up to talk to her
dad's
father,
and but he just wants money for the clothes that he's lost.
Yeah, he doesn't want the $10,000 reward. He wants $39.60 for the things he had to sell for gas.
Yeah, pretty much. And then so her dad says like, "Do you love my daughter?" And he's like, Peter's saying any man that spent one night under a roof with her would go insane and stuff like that. And it's like, answer the question. They just keep saying stuff like that. And he says, "Yeah, I love her."
Yeah, as he's walking out the door, he's like, yeah.
And then they see each other, don't they?
Yeah, she's on the stairs being...
Yeah. Just surrounded by men. I was like, what's going on here? And then Peter kind of reverts back to his original self where he's like, oh, you're looking in your place here. Like, this is where you're supposed to be. Like, you weren't actually the person I thought you were. So they don't really fall out there. They just... Did they say anything else apart from that, or just ends there?
They're just sort of having a... What are they? Peter's angry, and he says it's like a matter of principle.
Yeah.
That he doesn't want this money. Because he feels that she cheated him.
Yeah. By just going back to Wesley.
Yeah. But he's sort of wrong there because he doesn't realise what happened at the cabin.
Yeah. So I think he thinks that she said, yeah, take me with you, so she'll just get back to New York quicker and whatever. But then she sold him out at the first sign of, you're gone, alright, let's just go. Yeah.
And he was going back to propose to her.
Yeah.
So he feels sort of wrong there.
Yeah.
And then, so...
The wedding?
Ellen is walking up the aisle, and her father picks probably the worst moment.
Just talking her ear off.
Yeah. And he's saying, oh no, you can still... As she's walking up the aisle, he's saying, you can still call this off.
Not in like the month's preparation. He's just like, no. He's like, I've set up a car waiting for you.
Yeah.
Like, you can just go now if you want.
And he's like, oh yeah, Peter's a good guy.
Yeah. You waited 6 months for this. Spent all this money on the wedding. So, classic, she runs off.
Runaway bride, yeah.
I mean, the press are everywhere on the rooftops with the 5-foot cameras slowly turning them round for her. She gets in the car.
Hello.
I mean, the driver's pretty much ready to set off straight away. He's just like in. It's just like, oh, wait,
it's one of those like Buster Keaton looks like it's sped up.
Yeah.
Yanks. Well, you know when you see people running.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's sped up. So then they run away together. At some point, we don't see them actually do that, but we hear that.
Yeah. And then her father's on the phone to Peter. Oh, he gets a letter from Peter.
Yeah.
Saying, "Have you annulled the marriage yet, Slowpoke?" And he just said, he says the walls of Jericho. What's he say? They're starting to break. Something.
They're tumbling down.
They're tumbling down. And her dad just says, "Let them tumble." He's just like, "Go ahead, get stuck in, pal."
So then the last shot of the film is a cabin. Them in a cabin in Glen Falls or something.
Yeah.
And to the people that run the cabin say that they've just asked for a line and a curtain or a throw or something.
Yeah.
And the guy says, "Oh, they've just asked for a trumpet."
Yeah.
Which refers to
the walls of Jericho.
Yeah.
And then the walls of Jericho come down, and it's hinted that they just go at it.
It's love.
That's
love
and the raw passion. So it was. That's the film in Russia.
Should we do rate the ratings?
Let's do rate the ratings. Hopefully people know what it is at this point.
Yeah, rate the ratings section where we rate not the film itself, we rate the rating given by Netflix users.
Yeah.
In terms of accuracy.
Yeah. So the rating is 4 stars.
Yeah, it's 4 stars.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 and a bit. I can't remember.
Okay. What would you give it?
Rate the ratings, I gave it an 8 out of 10. My summary would be a classic film, good banter, and love does triumph.
Should we write for The Guardian?
Yeah, read my blog.
I halfway through I was going, I'll give it a 7. It should be higher than 4. By the end it leveled out at like an 8 or a 9. Like it was. I enjoyed it. I thought it was going to be a slog. I'm not much of a 1930s, 40s, pushing at 50s kind of film guy. I like 60s onwards. Really. I'm not.
Oh, you heathen.
Not much of a Bible epic guy, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I really liked it. I thought it was funnier than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Because when I pitched romantic, I was like, God, it's not going to be just as dramatic. Like, but I enjoyed it. I'd recommend it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, let's get on to picking the film. So, this is going to take a break or go on hiatus, aren't we, for a little bit?
Yeah.
Due to previous bookings or whatever.
I'm moving to university, so won't be able to meet up by this. So.
Yeah, but we're back every so often. We're gonna pick a film, and then for like every so often, well, next time we get together and record, we'll just do it then.
Yeah.
So let's pick a film. Right, so we're gonna pick the rating first. I'm picking it out of the hat.
3 possible ratings: 5 star, 4 star, and 3 and below.
We've not had a 3 star in a while, or 3 and below.
That's a good thing.
Oh, fuck's sake. 3 and below.
Oh, God.
Luckily we're not watching it for a while.
Yeah.
So, right, here's the genre. Here's your other genres.
12 possible genres, I think.
It's going to be bad no matter what, if it's 3 and below.
Yeah. Oh, God.
I can't think of anything that's been good on Netflix that's rated below 3 stars.
I've watched a couple of things that are poorly rated, but I thought were good.
Well, let's hope. One of them.
I'll get in here and try. Independent.
Oh.
A stinger.
There could be a few.
Oh my word.
Right, 3 and below independent. If you know the rules. we're going to pick 2 films each now, and then go back in the hat. So we'll get back to it once we've picked. Right, we've picked some films. 3 and below independent.
Even I'm wishing we picked one of yours.
I picked some alright films.
8 pages.
8 pages of tripe. We've picked one of mine. We've picked The Lobster.
Oh, I thought about watching this film.
I've heard
about this.
I saw it. So from the synopsis it said, is in the near future, something like that. People are being forced to mate or are being turned into animals.
Yeah.
It says turned into animals, so I don't know if it means treated as or...
But I think it's more like you've got to find a love. You've got to find a partner. I don't think it's like...
Oh, right. It says forced to mate.
Like...
It says forced to mate on the things. I don't know. So what could we have had?
The Lobster as well with Colin Farrell and Rachel Weisz, I think.
Could be alright.
Your other pick was musicals.
Oh no, that's from the genres. It's what was that? I was like,
slight miss up. We have still got all the films. One of my picks was Meatballs 4.
Jesus. 4?
Which looked like your classic early 2000s. The cover was one guy with a tall blonde beside of him.
Standard.
And I saw that and I thought, there we go. My other pick was Mordecai. Film with Johnny Depp in. It is one of the worst rated films of all time, apparently.
It's like a spy. Or
he's like a bumbling Pink Panther type.
Ugh.
And your other pick was Planet FIFA.
Yeah, which was documentary on FIFA and the all the corruption.
Right. I thought you were talking about the video game.
Yeah. Just the ultimate team. How to shoot. It's a Lobster. I don't know when we'll be watching it, but
apparently a good film. I have good things.
That's why I was surprised when I saw it there. 3 stars. But that should be alright. I'm glad we didn't pick Meatballs 4, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
So if you follow us on Twitter, we'll give you a heads up when the next episode is like in the works or whatever. But yeah, go on to the chill.
Yep.
On to the chill. Right, so into the chill section now, and this week's topic is Desert Island Rigs, which is Dan's creation.
Well, it's not really my total creation. Obviously, there's Desert Island discs.
Yeah.
But I just thought, and I've seen people do a spin of it where they apply that to guitars.
Yeah.
Me and you both heavily into guitars and gear and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I just thought it'd be interesting to see what we came up with if we had to limit ourselves to 1 guitar, 4 pedals and 1 amp forever, basically.
Yeah. So this is.
So this is Desert Island Rigs, I guess.
It's a cross between like a dream setup and you've got this all you can use. So it's like quite a good cross between like you've got to get it all out of this sound kind of thing.
Yeah, I should say here a bit of context. Like, this is. Imagine yourself being put on a desert island, but there are certain things that I'll give you. Like I'm giving you a power supply. You don't have to worry about powering anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some people look at these desert island things and they're like, well, no, this will work because you've not got a generator. But I'm going to give you a mystical power supply or whatever that will never run out.
Yeah.
Picks and things like that will replenish. You not have 1 pick forever. When it's past the point where you feel you can't use it or anything, another will just appear.
Mm-hmm.
Strings will replenish. What else? Tubes will just replace themselves. I'll never wear out.
And then we also said we get a tuner in our pedal board. So it's like 4 pedals.
Yeah, I'll give you a tuner and also I'll give you a channel switcher if you use an amp with multiple channels. I'll give you the whatever the foot switch is.
Alright, so do you want to take the first plunge?
Right, well,
Guitar.
In fact, the way we might as well do this is, did you make any guesses?
I have. We talked about it before, but...
I sort of basically gave this away.
But it's changed.
So, it's changed.
I'm on the spot now because I had the answer in the bag.
You still like...
I'm guessing it's still Silverburst. So, Silverburst colour scheme.
I'm saying nothing.
I'm going to go... I don't know if you had to use it, but it's just because it's a bit different, but... Flying V. No. No?
No, I'm afraid. I went for my Gibson Les Paul Traditional 2015.
Ooh.
And I did that because even though a guitar like my Gibson SG in Silverburst, which I told you I was going to pick, the Les Paul is traditional weight relief, so it's not got big. It's a heavier guitar, it weighs a ton, and it's, even though it's not set up with what I want, strings wise and action wise, I know that when I get it set up, it will be like perfection.
The one, yeah. That's the one.
So I went with that. The fantasy choice that I went for was a Gibson Les Paul Custom in Silverburst.
Alright, okay.
So basically the same sort of thing, but yeah, so pickups, sort of a tough one here, because the pickups that I want I haven't actually played.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll go with it. I went for the Bill Kellier Lace Dissonant Aggressor humbuckers,
nice.
which I intend on buying, but haven't actually played. But
so that's similar to some of my picks. Like, I kind of know the sound, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm pretty sure they're good. But
yeah, so strings I went for 10 to 52s. I don't really have a particular brand. I'll go D'Addario. I play a lot of D'Addario, but
yeah,
it don't really. I'm not like a one string brand guy, really. And the pick, I went for the Dunlop Tortex Sharp 135, which I have right here in my pocket.
nice.
They're the black Sharp Tortex ones, whatever.
Very nice.
And I did put my strap in there. I have one strap. I have one strap that I've had since I was 12. It's the Levi's, Levy's, whatever you want to call it. Never let me down, that strap. I had it for 10 years now, and it has never actually fallen off a guitar. I've never had a slip on it, so
Not bad.
Old Faithful.
Not bad at all. So I guess so if you give an overview, so what like sound are you thinking of getting? Like, why have you?
Well, originally, like I said, I was going to go for the SG, but over the past couple of days, I've been playing June of the Traditional.
June
and yeah, just that weight relief, like that feeling that.
This is
you can hear it in the sound as well.
Yeah.
Controversy, tone woods, do they make a difference? They do. Yeah, I just think, even though I love the SG, and the SG is where I started on guitar, basically, I just think Les Paul just can't go wrong. Yeah, if I put those pickups and those strings in, I don't think I'd ever play another guitar. So
Yeah.
even though at the minute it's got like 9 to some whatever the stock Gibson gauge is, whatever.
Yeah.
I think if I applied my picks to it, it would be a beast.
That's fair enough.
A chunky. And I should say here as well is that the 2015 is where the Gibson made the changes to the neck. They made the neck bigger. Mine is a 50s profile as well. So that neck is a bit of a chunky monkey.
Chunky.
Compared to like my SG and other Les Pauls. So it's not the most comfortable getting past like the 19th fret. But what that guitar is because of the weight of it, is that it's like a riff machine.
Yeah.
Playing any sort of big beefy chords.
Just feel it in your hands.
Yeah, you feel it in your stomach as well, like that.
Yeah.
Deep, I don't know, whatever it is, well mid or my chunk or whatever.
Very nice.
So yeah.
Cool. So what's your guess for me?
My guess for your guitars, I picked 2. You either went with that Fender Strat,
which for the viewers is it's just a Mexican Strat. Mexican Strat I've had since I was 12, 13,
yeah,
and it's just one of the best guitars that I've ever. Just one of those things where Mexican is it? I'm just like nah, it plays. Like.
That is the Fender that every time I used to pick it up when I used to play Gibson, and I didn't have a Fender. When I used to pick up your Fender, it used to make me think I need a Fender. Like so,
she's the one.
The neck is the fingerboard's so much easier.
Yeah,
like softer.
It plays really nice.
More malleable. And the other pick that I went for was a Fender Butterscotch Telly. I estimated 1952.
Well, it's the Butterscotch Jelly. It's the Butterscotch Jelly. I don't know which. It's like American Elite. Is it 1952? I don't know if it's a remodel of that. But yeah, it's 52. I think it is.
I got it.
I think you've got it right.
I told you I had your. Told you.
So I've gone for that. So the Telly is the guitar that I've always wanted. But I want that specific one. I kind of don't want to buy a Telly until I've got enough to get that exact one. So I only went. So there's 2 pickups on it, and I only went for on the bridge. I put in a Seymour Duncan little 59. So it's like a little because I love Fenders, but I do think on the bridge. I rarely use the bridge on my Strat. It just becomes a bit too thin and a bit too twangy. That gives it a bit of extra body on the bridge. Strings, I usually just use Ernie Ball, like you said. I
guess 9 to 46.
Nah, I've gone heavy recently. on the Strat is the first time in about a year I've put like light ones on. 1154s, lad.
Oh my word, beef.
And now I need a lot more body in my sound, I've realised, and everything's just gone.
He's chunking it up. He's chunking it up. Pound on the pounds.
Yeah, so basically I've gone for the Telecaster, but trying to get more of a full-bodied sound in.
Putting power cables.
Pretty much. So with the, so I like the attack of the Telecaster and stuff like that, and then I just kind of want the more body because I do play quite a lot of not atmospheric, 'cause that sounds really lame. But a lot of like chordy stuff as well, so I kind of want the full sound rather than. So yeah, that's my guitar.
Did you do picks?
I didn't do picks.
I guess for you 0.73 Dunlops.
That's about right. Yeah. Flimsy picks and big fat strings.
It's an interesting thing you said to me the other day when I said that I was playing a 1.3. You said that you made a point about that. You sort of like caress the strings with a thin pick. You sort of play, you sort of get along with it, and I with a 135 sort of bludgeon. You're sort of going with the flow of the strings, and I sort of
you're forcing it.
Force it to my will.
Yeah. Let the guitar talk through me.
Whereas I.
So onto the amps, I guess.
Yeah, if you want to do that.
I mean, my guess was the recent Bill Kelly Butter Slacks.
Yeah, I went with that. Yeah. And I'll go with whatever the matching cab is as well.
Yeah.
I'll trust Friedman to give me a decent cab. Yeah. 3 channels.
Yeah.
All the beef.
The clean isn't clean.
Yeah, I don't even know the specs of that amp, but it costs $4,000 or something, so it's suitably expensive for me.
Yeah, I mean it's going to go pretty well with the Les Paul.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
The only other thing I considered was a Orange Thunderbird 50.
Yeah, that's my first thought. And I was like, actually, since the Butter Slacks has come out, you've been pretty like.
Yeah, like the Thunderbird is the more realistic pick.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'll ever buy them.
Yeah.
$3,000 amp or whatever it is. Yeah, the Orange Thunderbird classic. Sort of modern vintage twist, really. 2 channels, and I'll go with the orange cab for that, 412, whatever.
Fair.
Pretty simple on the amps.
Yeah.
For you, I think I might have got this wrong, but I guessed either the Fender Blues Junior or a Vox AC30.
See, those were 2 thoughts in my head. I was thinking of the Blues Junior and I thought, well, the AC30, because I never actually played one though.
No.
I'm not overly certain on the sound almost, you know what I mean? And until I played through it, I'm not really too sure. Well, it was kind of a toss-up between the Blues Junior, which is kind of like... the other one isn't that expensive, but Blues Junior is like, if I had to restrict myself, I'd definitely choose the Blues Junior, which I've got, by the way, which is kind of fun. It's sat right there.
In the man cave.
And then the other one I went for was the Fender Deluxe Reverb, but the 68 rather than the 65.
What's the difference?
Yeah, the tone in it. So but once again, I've played the 65, but I've never played the 68. Once again, although the Blues Junior is quite a thick sound when you play through it, it's the whole, like, is it a bit too twangy, and the 68's got a bit more like mid-range really. So it's pretty much just for that. Yeah, I kind of just I love my Blues Junior, but I kind of haven't got the option to kind of buy something else. I kind of want to test that out. So yeah, once again, just a bit more body. Yeah, not much other reason for that. But I suppose the other reason was that, I guess we'll get into the next section, is that I kind of like a palette for the pedals to kind of go over. This is like, I want a good set sound.
Yeah, I'm sort of going for the opposite. I'm getting good amp tone.
Yeah, good colour from there. Yeah.
Then messing with it, but you're sort of weighing a bass for it, but I'm sort of lathering it all.
Fucking up from the start.
So should we move on to pedals?
Yeah. So I didn't put many guesses for your pedals. My guess is the Mastortion.
Yeah.
So you got all this beef in the amp, and I was like, you need an extra kick for the Mastortion.
Yeah, that's the Monster Effects Mastortion, which is a very, very rare, highly sought after, sort of, but at the same time unknown pedal.
Yeah, it's not very well known.
But yeah, I've been looking for one for over a year. I did bid on one about 6 months ago from Russia, and I did bid £250 on it. But I was outbid. I think it went for 270 or something like that.
Half relief, half like, I wish I would have had that.
Yeah. That's the level of like rarity where they just don't show up.
Yeah. So my thought process for you was, do you want reverb or do you not?
This is where it's getting a bit sketchy, lad.
Yeah,
sketchy.
So I thought, do you want reverb? I wouldn't think you would have picked a reverb. Delay, once again, I don't know if you use delay that much.
Oh, I've done.
Well, he's done me there. He's definitely got a reverb. And I thought modulation, you might go for a phaser, but I wouldn't know which one you'd go for.
Right, well,
because you know a lot more rare models than I do. First off, let me get.
So first off here, we agreed no multi-effects units, no Boss, like ME50s, no Line 6 pod things. But we're allowed pedals that do more than one thing.
Yeah, and that counts as one. Yeah,
so I went for the Strymon Flint, tremolo and reverb.
Ooh, he's done one there. He's done one there.
I tell you, I've done you there, lad.
He's happy.
Tremolo and reverb, probably my two. Tremolo's my favourite effect.
I said it was your favourite effect.
And reverb, and I thought I've got to combine two of these to things. So I went for. I was a bit uncertain at first because I thought, is that cheating? Like,
I'll let you off.
But yeah, I let myself off as well.
I was asking for you.
Yeah, the Strymon stuff's pretty good, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean it's just a fat German
block
of like pure. I don't know how much they are, but I'm guessing it's pretty pricey.
I think it's like 200 quid. Something.
That's not bad.
I think
definitely gets.
I think I've never.
They have to go higher up than that.
Yeah, I think the Big Sky, the big delay. Is like, whatever. So I went for that. Some nice tones.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went for the Earthquaker Devices, the Depths.
Yeah.
which is
I've heard of that.
vibe chorus pedal. You can sort of get it to do either. Like 5 knobs, whatever.
Yeah,
Loads
it's pretty
of-
much. Yeah,
like-
I've seen that played just on like the Guitar Pro thing or whatever. And that sounds like a nice little modulation pedal.
Yeah, I like that because it's got that sort of. The theme for me sort of is like hypnotic effects. Like I like that really slow, like tremolo, like it really slow and sort of like drony in a way. And the vibe sort of plays itself with that underwater.
It can be quite rhythmic, with the excellent depth.
And I did go for a delay.
Went for a delay?
Initially, I wrote down the Line 6 DL4 delay, which is that big green.
Oh yeah.
Loads of people play them. And then I scribbled it out because it does describe itself as a delay modeler, I think, but it does like 16 different delays and it has a looper in it, which is why I initially thought of it.
Yeah.
But then I scribbled that out and went for the Digitech Polara altered delay that they recently did, sort of high-end boutique-y pedal.
Nice.
Sort of similar to the MXR carbon copy.
Yeah.
But maybe with a bit more, you sort of change a bit more about it. Well, just for a bit of delay and...
That's fair enough. I guess mine, I guess most effects are for clean, but yours is more put these on the clean.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, I don't really like effects on distortion tones that much.
I guess a bit too much, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially with my combination.
Yeah.
Tremolo, reverb, vibe, chorus and delay. Yeah. So that was...
Have you got any guesses for me?
Your guesses, what I put?
I don't know if you'll get some of these.
So I know the sort of pedals you've gone for, but it was nailing down a model. I predicted some sort of electro-harmonics analog man.
Alright, okay.
Because there's loads of different versions of that. There's like analog,
memory man,
toy, micro, whatever, the boy. I just put analog man.
Alright,
because I know that's the big old one. Because you like sort of older models of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I went for that for delay. I just put a flanger. I've no idea what maybe I don't even know if you have ever played one, but the only one I can think of is the Electro-Harmonics Electric Mistress flanger. I went for a distortion. I went for the full tone OCD. Not sure if you picked that.
That's the one I've got, by the way.
Yeah, and the delay, this is completely out of left field. I just went for the Walrus Audio Bellwether.
It was close. It was close.
Oh my god.
You've had some good shouts there. So I'll start off with I went for the Walrus Descent for my reverb.
Reverb octave pedal, words and knobs.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much put because I do like mixing as well and stuff like that. And when I'm mixing on the reverb, I'm like very precise of what I'm doing. So with my guitar, I want a reverb where I'm like controlling everything that I've got. I'm just like got everything. And plus with that artwork, I'm not gonna turn down the Walrus artwork. But that's what I went for. So, just lots of ability with the reverb rather than just kind of. I've got quite a simple one at the moment, so I want all the knobs. So. don't cut that out. Use it as a soundbite.
You've done yourself out.
So delay went for the actual carbon copy.
I was so close to writing that down, but I thought you'd go for a Walrus.
Yeah. So I went for that, which is the one I've got. So that what I like about it is quite a coloured delay, really, because it's like analog and got the modulation button. The downside is that sometimes when I've been playing, I kind of do wish I had a tap tempo. But I don't know how much I would use it and how much I would...
Walrus Audio Bellwether does have a tap tempo thing.
It could have been
I've perfected your rig.
I'll change it. See, the distortion I struggled with, or overdrive. So it was either between just like Tube Screamer 808 or the OCD. I went for the Tube Screamer because I've already got the OCD, and I didn't want to just have the cam copy and that. So that's just like, you can do obviously quite a lot, bit of range with it. And I just like, it's just a good pedal in it.
You like it for your gent, don't you? Your bumper cam.
I'm just genting all the time, man. I thought Telecasters were made for a bit of gent.
Yeah.
And then see, the last pedal, you don't think you would have got this. I went for a fuzz.
I thought you won't go for a fuzz and an overdrive.
I did. But the flanger, I was thinking of the TC Electronics flanger. I was thinking, I can't remember what it's called. Vortex.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that, but I didn't actually go for it. I went for the magnetic, the white atom fuzz, like magnetic effects.
Right.
So it's just like a really like quite a clean fuzz. I don't know if you ever heard it. Like,
yeah.
It also has a texture knob, which I'm not quite sure what it does, because it's got tone and texture, and I kind of want to play with them. But
I think texture is probably germanium, silicone, balance, something like that, I guess.
But yeah, that can kind of go either like clean and quite light, or like just full on. Also 100% handmade. It's on the website, and I was checking out the specs.
Very good.
That's quite nice. But yeah, that's my picks. So you had a few good shouts on that one.
Yeah, it was alright.
So was there anything else you thought of adding, or any other options you had?
Yeah, I just made a list really of all the possibilities in no particular order. As I mentioned, my Gibson SG Silverburst. That's one of the Gibson Guitar of the Weeks from, I think it's 2010, 2011. 400 made. There's a bit of a dispute about whether there's actually 400 or whatever. But yeah, ebony board, which is a note because I think that's one of 400 Gibson SGs with an ebony fretboard. Something like that. I think they might have done another run of the same guitar, so it might be one of 800, but you don't often get those. Which, by the way, that SG, broken neck. I had to get their neck splined. And sort of restored that guitar. That's my most recent purchase. Other ones, my Hagstrom Northern Swede.
Yeah, it's nice.
I wouldn't have picked any other Hagstrom, but it being a northern one,